Hi guys, this is Dr. Nida with Keys of Health. If you have been keeping up with the news, you may have heard of brain-eating amoeba that caused the death of a little 6-year-old boy in Texas in the United States recently. So what exactly is this amoeba and does it actually eat your brain? The scientific name for this amoeba is Naegleria fowleri. It's a tiny single-celled organism that's found in warm, fresh water and in soil. Contrary to its name, this amoeba doesn't actually eat your brain. Still, a Naegleria infection can cause serious brain damage and swelling that often leads to death. While this amoeba is found around the world, cases of infection are actually quite rare. But this year, there have been quite a few warnings from the officials in the southern states of the United States already. So what causes it? The amoeba enters your body through your nose. It then travels from your nose to your brain, where it causes the infection. According to the experts, you can't develop the infection by drinking contaminated water. Infection typically occurs when you're swimming in a warm freshwater lake or river. Children can get it if they play in sprinklers or with garden hoses that have contaminated water. There have been cases of people developing Naegleria infection after using neti pots to irrigate their sinuses. It is important to note that it's not the neti pots, but the contaminated tap water in neti pots which allowed the amoeba to enter their noses. So if you use a neti pot, purchase water that's labeled as sterile or filtered, or use tap water that's been boiled for at least 3 minutes and allowed to cool down. Naegleria loves the heat and thrives in warm or hot water, so infections tend to happen during the summer months, especially during extended heat waves. Symptoms of a Naegleria infection can appear anywhere from 24 hours to 14 days after initial exposure to the amoeba. The early symptoms are similar to those of meningitis and can include fever, severe headache, nausea, or vomiting. Unfortunately, once the initial symptoms develop, the infection progresses rapidly. And later symptoms include stiff neck, light sensitivity, confusion, loss of balance, hallucinations, and seizures. There is no rapid test kit as of now that you can use yourself to test the water for amoeba. What you can do to protect yourself is be cautious. Keep an eye out for water advisories, especially if you live around bodies of fresh water, and especially if there is a history of such cases in your area. Avoid swimming in or jumping into freshwater lakes, rivers, or streams, especially during warm weather. If you do plan to swim in fresh water, try to keep your head above water. Consider using nose clips or holding your nose shut with your fingers. Make sure to only swim in pools that have been properly disinfected because in some very rare cases, improperly chlorinated pools have been contaminated with this amoeba. Be cautious with children around water. If you live in the area with a history of amoeba contaminations, avoid letting children play in sprinklers and around garden hoses and avoid baths. Stick to quick showers so there's minimal risk of children getting the water up their noses. Just so you know, you can't get rid of amoeba by filtering the water. The only way is to boil the water. Yes, the infection doesn't occur by drinking contaminated water, but if you're living in the area of contaminated water, then just to be on the safe side, boil your water, especially if you have little children at home. And you need to boil it for at least 3 minutes minimum. Again, caution is your best option at a time like now, and hopefully as the weather cools, the situation will ease up. This is it for this video. I hope you have a clearer picture of what's happening and what you can do to protect yourself and your family. Don't panic, just be cautious and keep an eye out for official announcements. If you would like me to cover a particular topic, don't hesitate to get in touch. Drop me a line on Facebook or on Instagram and I will be more than happy to do it for you. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you shortly. Goodbye.